going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? I hope we're all having a fantastic day today. It is the second round of playoff football, and I am on board the Carnival celebration for it. So you already know I'm going to be spending time in Pig and Anchor watching that football game tonight. And this afternoon, we got the Chiefs versus the Texans. We got Washington versus the Lions, and I am hoping for two major upsets. But we're not here to talk sports. How is everyone doing tonight? Can y'all hear me loud and clear? I tried finding one of the most quietest places on the ship where it's been quiet all week long, and the day I choose to go live, it is very noisy over here for some reason, but there is power. There is all of this other stuff here for me to be able to hook up and go live, and the internet is actually relatively strong in this area. So if you've never been on board the Carnival celebration, the area I am talking about is just off the side of the Golden Jubilee, where they have the big ship model. They have the porthole windows of decades of time throughout the years with Carnival and the Carnival restaurant. I am in between Latitudes and the Golden Jubilee, where they have these big, amazing booth-style seats for you, your friends, your family to come play cards, have a good time, and just enjoy the cruise. Now, I'll be telling you, this is where I've been having my morning coffee every day in this big, beautiful booth, just relaxing, checking up on the news, checking out everything with YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and the big old TikTok ban that's getting ready to take place tomorrow. I really don't think that TikTok's gonna go anywhere. That's just my personal opinion, but I'm on YouTube, baby. This is where you can find me all the time. Every Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Nauti Hour. You can find me over on YouTube. I got everything set up. I got the computer, I got the camera, I got the mic system. I literally have a full mobile studio going on right here. So fire away your questions. I know there's a lot of people that have constantly been asking questions about the Carnival celebration and all of that. And I'll be honest, I have some negatives. I have some negatives from this trip. Not a lot, but enough to make you maybe change your mind in the very near future. So, without further ado, we got 9 watching and 3 likes. Come on, y'all, smash that like button. Let me know you're here. I only see 3 people in the chat. We got the faithful Scott McNeil, the Lourdes, who is on the ship with me. I have no idea where she's at the moment. She's probably in the casino with one of the Blue Crew, Chuck Spencer. So, Marjorie in the house. What's going on, Marjorie? And Lourdes is only here because she's afraid I'm going to say some things she doesn't want me to say, but that's not what we're here. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to chit chat. We're here to have a good time. We're here to have a conversation. And I'm pretty sure y'all can hear the violins going in the background. Hopefully it's not overpowering me or the mic. I got the mic hooked up pretty close to the face with the wind muff on, so hopefully that cuts down a little bit of that surrounding noise going on in the background. So other than that, oh, Lourdes is in the cabin. She's not in the casino. She's in the cabin. I know Chuck's in the casino because before I went live, he sent me a picture. I told him to check his notifications and keep an eye on the notifications, but clearly he's not here. And we'll see if he's going to pop by. I just sent him a message on Facebook. Let's see if he responds. How's everyone's Saturday going? Hopefully everyone's having a good Saturday. It is the last sea day on board the celebration, so that means we get off tomorrow. Lourdes, however, is doing a back-to-back, so she stays on for another week. I don't think he got another payout again, Lourdes. I think he just got a good bonus. Oh, and since I sat down here and got ready to go live, I found this little itty-bitty baby flamingo. Check it out. Oh, no. Flamingo down. Check it out. Little itty-bitty baby flamingo with a magnet attached to it. Now listen. Scott always finds ducks on the ship. I have yet to find a regular size rubber duck that people hide on these cruise ships. I have, however, since I've been sitting here enjoying my coffee every morning, found 2 little ducks, the same size of this little flamingo. So I have been finding the little stuff. I haven't been finding anything big, but I've been finding the little stuff. What can I say? It's just not meant to be. Like a few things on this trip are not meant to be. For one of them, it's the dining. I've been having some issues with the dining, with the menu changes, with the pizza closing at midnight and the late night snacks and all that stuff. Now, it really isn't that big of an issue with me when it comes to the pizza at midnight or things like that. What's bothering me is the inconsistency in the MDR. So when I mean inconsistency, I mean I do the anytime dining. So I check in when I'm ready to dine, things like that. But the inconsistency on the temperature of the food as it comes out. One day I get some really good hot food. The next day everything is ice cold. So the inconsistency within the dining room is a little bothersome because you spend so much time waiting to check in and then waiting to order and all that stuff. And then everything comes and it's freezing cold. So that's a little discouraging. But the main problem I had was formal night. Now, formal night's always a busy night on board the ship. Everyone goes, especially when it's lobster night, right? Everyone's like, oh, it's free lobster night. I got to get to the MDR. The wait time was 120 to 180 minutes as soon as check-in opened. As soon as check-in opened, it was 120 to 180 minute wait. We ended up getting seated well after 8 o'clock. And then it took about 40 minutes before the wait staff even came over to take our order or give bread or anything like that. So I was already at that point where I was getting ready to walk up and leave the dining room. It was frustrating. That should not happen. It shouldn't take that long for them to come over, bring you some water, bread, and say, hey, we'll be back, whatever the case may be. But the time it has been taking for things has been a little bit annoying. Now, this is a larger ship. This is one of Carnival's largest ships in the fleet. It's an XL ship, right? And for those of you who've been here for a long time and have been following along, you know I took this ship as a transatlantic. The very first sailing of paying passengers, I was on board from Southampton, England, my very first transatlantic cruise. And that's what gave me the transatlantic bug. That's what made me want to constantly cruise them transatlantic voyages. But the problem is I feel like since then, the entertainment has went down, the food qualities went down, the food standards went down. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. I still love cruising. A bad day on a cruise ship is better than any good day at the office. Am I right? So I'm not complaining 100% across the board. But when you start going on other cruise lines like Celebrity or Royal, even Margaritaville, the entertainment was much better than what we have experienced on board the Celebration. Now, this just isn't my opinion. This is the opinion of everyone in my party. This is also the opinion of a ton of people having elevator talk throughout the whole week. I have heard countless time and time again that the entertainment is not what Carnival is usually putting out. And it's a little discouraging because they have such an epic space at that center stage. They have a multi-purpose venue where they put on so many different things, but it feels like the whole thing is bingo ticket sales, deal or no deal ticket sales. That is all they're pushing, and that's what is being held at that center stage more times than not. Now, don't get me wrong. I love a good game of bingo, whether it's deal or no deal or regular bingo, whatever the case may be. I'm all for it. I'm 100% for the entertainment and all of that stuff. I'm all for gambling in the casino and having a good time. But when you don't have other entertainment for the people that don't want to constantly do those types of things, you're kind of leaving a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. So my thing with the whole situation is you need to open up a little bit more of these venue places. If you've been on the Celebration, the Jubilee, or the Mardi Gras, you know the Limelight Lounge and Punchliner Comedy Club are not the biggest venues. Well, by the time the doors open, there's a line completely wrapped around half the ship, and only half the people are able to get in to enjoy comedy. Now, I give Carnival credit because whether they have a double comedy show at the Limelight, the Punchline, or even the theater, they always make everyone leave and get back in line regardless for the next show. You're not able to get in sit there and then stay there until the next show, and so on and so forth. So I give them credit there. They do try and weed out people as much as possible so more people can come in and fresh eyes can be able to be seen in the comedy show and things like that. But when you have such a large number of people on a single ship, these venues are too small. They need to take these venues, combine them together, and use them for something different. And my personal opinion is just put everything in the theater. Another favorite that I love to do on Carnival all the time is that Love and Marriage. Love and Marriage is one of my favorite entertainment shows on board the ship. It's one of the best. And if you've been on Carnival, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know the fun questions, the older folks that have been married for 30, 40, 50 plus years have no filter. They left it at home. They didn't pack it. There's no filter when it comes to these folks who have been married for 30 plus years. And it's always one of the best shows. Well, on this ship, it was literally on the second day. Some of the questions that get asked are way better when it's day 4 or 5 or 6 on the cruise. So they had Love and Marriage on the second day. And then it was way early in the afternoon. It wasn't the usual late time. Now, they did do a double show. I will give them that. They did a double show. But it seems like those shows were done at the peak dinner times. So between 4 and 6, and then again between 7 and 8. So you're talking entertainment that's being held in between peak dining times. That definitely doesn't work for everyone. It does not work for everyone. So my advice to you is do some research. I've ran into a buddy of mine who I cruised with for the very first time on Carnival years ago. His name's Todd. Great dude. And we were sitting down and we were talking and we were having a conversation that on the older style ships with Carnival, the Pride, the Glory, the Legend, the Liberty, the Spirit, the Miracle, even the Luminosa, the Venezia, and the Firenze, even the 2 fun Italian style ships, the entertainment and the food is better on board those ships than what is on board the XL class ships. This is the pride of the Carnival fleet. You have the Mardi Gras, the celebration, the Jubilee, and they are the pride of the fleet. But for some reason, it is lacking in entertainment and it is lacking in food quality standards. These older ships like the Pride, the Liberty, and all of that, it is subpar to what this is here. So I know a lot of people that I've had a conversation with over the last few days have told me they'd rather have an older Carnival ship than this new XL class ship. And that's what I want to ask you. If you have been on both the older style class, whether it's Vista or Spirit class, and you've been on the XL class, what class of ship would you prefer more to be on? Now, I'm not going to lie. I love the XL class of ship. I love the way they're laid out. I love the bars. I can take all 3 of those ships and create one of my favorite ships if they would let me. I'd take the bar, Dr. Ink's bar from the Jubilee. I'd take the Golden Jubilee bar. I'd take the Latitudes bar. I definitely would take Alchemy. I would take Big Chicken. I would take the theater and the center stage, and I would combine one to be on. I would change the theater seating. I would do all of that. But for some reason, my heart always goes back to that Vista class or Spirit class ship. For some reason, that old school atrium is a great atrium layout. It's not a multi-purpose venue. I get it. I'm a big fan of the multi-purpose venue here on board the XL class ships. But it feels like they're lacking or they're missing somewhere. Something's just not catching on, and I can't quite put my finger on it. But I can tell you, since I've been on here last, it has definitely went down a little bit. So let's get to the comments. Let's see what everybody else is saying. If you feel the same way as me, if you think XL class ships are a little too much and you prefer the older class, let me know in the comments and we'll go through and we'll talk about it, right? I got nothing but time, and let's just get to it. Cruising Koozies in the house. Irene is in the house. Med's in the house. What's going on, Marion? I hope you're having a great day. Will G is in the house. Julie Thomas in the house. I prefer the entertainment and food on XL. Where are you? I'm currently on board the Celebration. And this week, entertainment has been a big tank. Now, I don't know if they're not performing a couple shows because they might be transitioning and doing other entertainment in the very near future. But it seems like every venue is just live music or it's at a bar. I'm not a big drinker. I'm not going to go sit at a bar for 6-8 hours a day. But even the shows, like it's not what it was when I was on the transatlantic. Scott says I like older ships. Getting ready for the next adventure. What's your next adventure, Med? Where are you off to next? My next cruise after this would be the Coupe Cruise. That's March 1st on the Carnival Horizon. The second Carnival ship I've ever sailed on, and I absolutely love that ship. So I've never been on older, smaller ships. You were on the Vista. You were on the Vista. The Vista is part of the Vista class. It's a smaller ship. It's an older ship. Breeze is the oldest. I don't have a preference. However, if someone took this cruise, probably wouldn't like it because of the experience we had. On the other hand, Steakhouse was good. I believe Bonsai is awesome. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying every food venue on board this ship has been a bust, because it hasn't. We all know Fahrenheit 555, they put out a great, phenomenal steak. We all know Rudy Sea Grill does phenomenal seafood. And Bonsai Teppanyaki is always a great show and dinner. Today we did lunch at Bonsai Sushi. Absolutely phenomenal. I had the ramen, I had the skewers. Everything was delicious. The tempura was perfect. But that is an upcharge. When I sit here and I talk about the inconsistency with food, I'm talking about the included dining room option, right? Now, the pizza has always been hot and fresh. Sandwiches have always been hot and fresh. But the MDR food has always been inconsistent. Whether that's been C-Day brunch or that's been dinner, it's just been inconsistent across the board. We like both. The Mardi Gras is our favorite. I do consider that older, Julie, because it's older than the XL class ships, right? So it might not be the oldest in the fleet or one of the oldest in the fleet, but it is that older Vista class. It's the Vista. It's the older design. It was done before Carnival switched over to this XL style ship. So I would consider that one of the older ships. We're at sea today, Will G, on our way back to Miami. Julie says, I do love the Horizon and the Venezia. I'll be back on the Celebration in March. Did you try the Midnight Buffet? So I'll be honest, I did try the Midnight Buffet. The hot dogs are better at the deli, and the pizza is better at the pizza place. Now, it's thick crust Chicago style pizza. I would say it's more so a focaccia style pizza. It's more on like a focaccia style bread than a Chicago deep dish, or even like a Sicilian style pizza for all my northerners who know what that Sicilian is like. It's more like a focaccia bread, and then they put the sauce and the cheese and all that on there. Now, I'll be honest, cookies, perfect. All they need to do is give me a big old glass of milk with some of those cookies, and I'll be happy, happy, happy. Irene says they'll be on the Venezia in February. Now, I've not gotten on the Venezia yet. I haven't got on the Firenze. I have been on board the Luminosa. And I'm looking forward to booking the Carnival Adventure when that's all said and done in Asia. But I have not seen any itineraries for that yet. Now, that is an old P&O ship that was under the P&O umbrella with Carnival Corporation that is now getting refurbed as the Carnival Adventure. We are in Cozumel on the Mariner. Well, gee, I hope y'all are having a fantastic time in Cozumel. There's a good variety in the late night food. I usually get a sandwich and coleslaw. That doesn't sound bad. I did the hot dog, pizza, and the buffalo chicken nuggets. They were good too. And then a couple cookies. Yeah, you can't get no ice cream late when there's fresh hot brownies. That was a disappointing time. That was on the Pride. That was a little sad I couldn't get no ice cream. We were on the Carnival Pride doing a transatlantic last year, and they brought out these fresh baked, ooey gooey, deliciously smelling hot brownies. And all I wanted was a little bit of vanilla ice cream on top of that brownie. And when we got over to the ice cream station, it was closed. So that was a little heartbreaking, and at that point I was just so sad I didn't even want the brownie, because the ice cream was what was going to make that brownie 10 times better. They're working on Adventure and Encounter now. I know a project manager. Yeah, I know they're working on them. I just haven't seen no itineraries come out for them yet. So I'm just keeping my eyes peeled for when that is all said and done and I can get them itineraries figured out on what I want to do. But I definitely want to hit Asia. This year, all I have booked with Carnival is the trifecta all over again. I am on the Celebration now. I have the Jubilee in May, and then I have the Mardi Gras in October on its way back from Barcelona, Spain, out of dry dock. So I can show you what things were changed on board the Mardi Gras. And then I have the Horizon on March 1st for the Coupe Cruise. So they're the 4 Carnival cruises I have booked for this year. I'm definitely going to squeeze in some more Celebrity throughout the year, some more Royal, MSC, and maybe we're gonna pop on over to Cunard and do a ocean liner, just a transatlantic right on over to England. So we'll see what happens with that. That's something I've been talking about over the last few weeks, and I've been talking about it with Chuck over the last couple days. It's definitely something I want to do. I don't know how I'd feel about just cruising directly over to England and not having any port stops, but 7 days across the Atlantic, I don't think that would be too bad, and just see how that goes. So that's something that I'm considering in 2025 as well. I've never been on like the Pride or the Glory. So the Pride is a great ship. I absolutely love the Carnival Pride, and the Glory is another great ship. I like both of those ships. Other than that, it's been a pretty good week, right? Like, we still had good times. We went to San Juan. San Juan was a great day. St. Thomas was a great day. Amber Cove, I didn't get off the ship. That's just something I didn't care for doing. But I really can't show you too much of the ship, right, because of where I'm at, and I got wires hooked up to everything. But I will flip the camera around and show you the little area that I'm sitting in. So right over here is the entrance for the dining room. This way is the Golden Jubilee bar. And then to the right, we have all these awesome looking decor signs right ahead. And then that way we have more of this like seating. And just off to this side right here is where Latitudes is. What's going on, Chuck Spencer? Oh, Julie, I think we're all open to any and all cruise ships. It doesn't matter the cruise line. It doesn't matter where it goes or anything like that. I'm definitely starting to pick a little bit more of the European style voyages and things like that because I've done the Caribbean so many times that I am ready for some change. You still up in the casino there, Chucky boy? Now I need Wi-Fi to connect my phone. If I was able to connect my phone, I could probably get up and walk around a little bit. But I don't think I'm able to connect the telephono. You have to admit that was a deal. Yeah, it's not letting me connect the phone. Usually it just goes right through Bluetooth. Let's see. Now the problem is with connecting the phone. We're trying this out here. We're trying this together. Boom, look at that. So I got the phone connected. What are we looking at here? We're upside down? We're upside down. I wonder why that is. I wonder why it's upside down. There we go. Let's see if we can't walk around a little bit. I'll do a little test run and y'all let me know when I come back. if you can still see things. So here we have the Carnival restaurant with the original Carnival Celebration ship model. Nice big dining room. That is your time dining, so that's when you select the main dining. Through the decades, and the big Carnival Celebration ship model. And this is where I'm sitting. All right. So were you able to see any of that? If Chuck was here, I'd have him sit with the computer and then tell me that you could see everything. But I have nobody here with me. It's just me. Just myself. I don't sit in those booths often. It's a Catalina wine mixer. Yeah. Just when everything was going well. Perfect. So that's it. Just when I thought everything was going well, the internet decides to out on me and dive bomb. So either way, but it's been a good week. Everything's gone well. Any good day or any bad day on a cruise ship is better than a good day in the office. And it sounds like the music has finally stopped, which is great. So I don't have to worry about that as much until they start playing again. So what does everyone have coming up next? I know my next one is March 1st on board the Horizon. So I have a month and 13 days to go until that cruise. I know Cameron comes in on the 26th or 27th of February. Scott will be coming in shortly after that, and we'll be heading down to Miami to board the Horizon. Yeah, Cameron comes in on the 26th. I know Lourdes stays on next week. She's on the celebration again next week. Med says down under, so she's going to Australia real soon, which is awesome. A little jealous, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Oh man, that's gonna be awesome. What ship are you doing that on? Is that on the Carnival ship or? March 9th, leaving for Barcelona to board the Spirit. But technically your next one is tomorrow, Lourdes. Back-to-back celebration. Me, I got the Horizon in March. And then I got nothing until the end of May when I board the Jubilee out of Galveston. Which I'm looking forward to that one because that was one of my favorite cruises, was the Jubilee over New Year's Eve. So that was an awesome cruise. The Splendor and the Luminosa. So are you doing the Trans-Pacific back on the Luminosa? The one that ends in Seattle? Premier Cruise at that. Nice. Gonna be getting a bunch of goodies. I like these booths. The only thing is with being a fluffy guy, you kind of sweat really fast. You get really hot. Your legs get hot. Your back gets hot. Everything gets hot. Three cruises over there. Awesome. That's even better. I think that would be better than the Trans-Pacific. I booked the Trans-Pacific, but we ended up canceling it. Me and Chuck were going to do it, but we ended up canceling it. So that means that's another one that's got to get booked in the very near future to be taken real quick. Most likely it'll be another Trans-Pacific that goes over, leaves out of Sydney or something like that, Brisbane, and hits Japan, because Japan is definitely number one on the list. That's why I'm trying to wait and see what these itineraries look like for the Carnival Adventure, because it's going to be sailing in Asia. So that's one that's definitely going to be on the list real soon. Yuppers. But 3 cruises over in Australia, that's going to be awesome. That sounds like an epic time. And Chuck disappeared again, so he must be doing pretty hot on the machines. Oh wait, no. What time is it? It's 4 o'clock. Chuck's getting a massage right now. That's what he's doing. Chuck's got a massage at 4 o'clock. But that's it. I figured I'd come live for a little bit while on board the ship. Something to do, hang out with y'all, chit chat for a little bit, answer some questions. But y'all didn't really have that many questions this week. I will be live Thursday night as usual. That is the plan. That's currently the plan. Now that might change because we got some moving going on and all of that stuff. So I might have to skip this week. I really don't want to. Let me look at the calendar. So there'll be the 23rd. No, I'll be live this Thursday, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time with Nauti Hour. So I'll be live this week. Next week will probably be the week I push off because it's the end of the month. And everyone's going to be moving things around and doing all this crazy stuff over the next couple weeks with getting the house in order and all of that. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Y'all got any questions, y'all can fire them in the comments. We can, hang out for a few more minutes and answer some questions. Chuck's going to go get a rub down and then probably head back to the casino. We got Rudy's tonight at 7:30 for dinner. And look, my man just walked by and found a duck. I ain't been able to find ducks all week. I don't know what it is. I don't even know where the flamingo I got went. I was playing with it like a fidget spinner and it disappeared. Oh well. It happens. But that's it, y'all. That's literally what I got going on. Nothing crazy, nothing extra, nothing really insane. Definitely gonna have some content coming out in the very near future. Got a bunch of short form stuff that I filmed over the last couple days. And no football on the big screen. Everything's been playing in Pig and Anchor here. So if you want to watch football, you gotta go down the Pig and Anchor brew house. They got 2 big screens there, so it's not too bad. I found my flamingo. It fell, and somebody just kicked it. Let me go pick it up real quick. Somebody just dropped their cup all over the floor. Clean up aisle 3. Clean up aisle 3. Eat something yummy for me at Rudy's. Well, this is how it's going to go. Cioppino, crab, imperial crab stuffed lobster tail, and key lime pie. That is absolutely what I'm going to get tonight. And I'm going to enjoy every second of it. I love Rudy's. Rudy's is one of my favorites. And it's definitely a place I like to go when I'm on board the ship. Specialty dining is always great. Doesn't matter what ship I'm on, I always enjoy the specialty dining. But we got football getting ready to start here soon. Who's going for who? I need the Chiefs to lose and the Lions to lose. That's what I would like. Doesn't necessarily mean that's going to happen, but that's what I would like. So, but that's it, y'all. I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to get back up to the cabin and drop all this stuff off so that way when everyone is done doing what they're doing, we can figure out what we're going to do as a group, because that's what we've been doing all week. Hanging out, having a good time, and all that fun stuff. It's been fun chit-chatting with y'all. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out if you haven't already done so. And until next time, y'all stay naughty. Peace.